Hello folks, welcome along to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet. Welcome back to the ABC Journeyman. This is club number 9, Coventry City. We're here for our second season at Coventry. First season we were so close to promotion. We got all the way through to the playoffs. We played Forest in the playoff semi-finals and lost 1-0 over a 2-leg playoff. We were so unlucky. A couple of chances missed in that could have changed the direction of things completely. Didn't quite have the same incisive finishing that we had for the rest of the season, but what a wonderful season we had. We were predicted to finish 20th. We finished in the end 3rd, which I think is pretty darn good and just a few points shy of Oxford's United. So this season, as you can see behind me, a new season is beginning. Let's see how we're going to get on. Right folks, transfers ahoy hoy. We have been busy in the transfer market, not all because we wanted to be. Some of the key players we had last season have moved on. We've actually retained some of the players we didn't think we were going to have to retain, and there were some surprise departures as well. In particular, our goalkeeper, who decided to retire after finishing in the team of the season, which was an interesting move. He finished on a high with, I think, 22 clean sheets to his name in a season, which is a mind-boggling number of clean sheets. So the question is, are we going to be able to carry on as we did last season? Are we going to be able to recruit as we did last season and provide a team that is going to be effective going forward and defensively solid? That's what I hope we've done. Before we have a look at the transfers, this is what our pre-season looks like, and it is very, very encouraging. We're not scoring lots of goals, and this was much the case through last season, but the key thing is we're not conceding goals. Not one goal conceded in 5 games, and if you look at the last couple of games there, home against Celtic, home against Schalke, these are against decent quality sides, but yet we've been able to hold firm and come out with a very, very solid result. As I said, there have been some massive changes in the team, which is a little bit frustrating. Let's talk through some of the departures first of all, and then we'll see how we have mitigated those changes. So, a couple of key players leaving from this screen. Harvey Davis, our goalkeeper, he left. Luca Tilson as well, leaving. We knew he was going to go out. And somewhere in there is Kinch as well, our centre-back, who also left. So it left us a little bit lacking. So when we have a look at the other players who left, you can see a lot of players out on loan at the minute. A lot of our youngsters gone out, including Maximus Virtue, with a great name. But we're paying a lot of money for this guy, and he's pretty rubbish. So thankfully Reading are paying about half of his wages. The big outward moves, though, have been the ones that you can see down here. Oka, we knew he might be leaving, but Phil Liddle for £8.25 million. Yes, it's a good, decent amount of money, but our left midfielder, our superstar left midfielder, he's gone. So he's someone that we're going to have to replace. And not only that, in the last few weeks, Christopher Chavez has gone to Lask in Austria for £4.4 million, rising to £5.75 million. I was working my arse off to try and stop him leaving, but unfortunately he wanted to. There was bids coming in every few days, and he just said, I want to go. So we have actually got a fair amount of money out of people leaving, mainly from two departures. The problem here is we've lost a goalkeeper, our first choice goalkeeper. We've lost our first choice left midfielder. We've lost our first choice defensive midfielder. And also we've lost a couple of loans as well. We did manage to retain Leo on the right side, which was really important, and D in the centre of defence. Those were two massive things to do. But we have made a bunch of signings, and all of which I'm pretty happy with. Jim Boyle was the first through the door from Oxford, who had got promoted. Fairly good player, but he can play anywhere across the back line, which I think looks good. He's 26 years old, physically and mentally very strong, and he's got everything in the right places. He's got a jumping reach of 16, but only a heading of 8, so it should mean he can get to the ball, but it doesn't always go in the right direction. Big signing, James Gardner. This was a big old signing from Southampton on loan. Very happy to get this player. Strong, powerful young player who is a very solid central defender, so he is certainly going to get some game time. And look at the passing as well. He's certainly able to find a pass, and that's what we need in our team. We've got a need to keep bringing in players who are able to pass it, even the defenders. Across, and that's not it. You can see a whole bunch more have come in. Bailey Hodgkiss, this is a central midfielder who, again, is spectacular at passing. He can play in that register position, which is where Chavez was, but he can also play higher up. So we have backup to play there. We have someone who can play there as well as someone who can play in those more attacking midfielder positions, or slightly more advanced, who is very, very good on the ball. So quite happy with that. But he's also got that tackling ability as well. Really like the look of this play. Fits into what we're trying to achieve very nicely. Worth a heck of a lot of money. Really excited by this one. Tom McCall, this is our new goalkeeper, and we have a massive step up in this player. He is outstanding. We signed him from Fulham for a bit of money. We've spent some money, some £2.5 million, but I believe this guy is easily Championship level and perhaps Premier League level. So very happy to get him in. Left side of midfield, well, we've got Ramon Arino, who is going to be playing there. Very fast, very good player. Not particularly strong, but he's got all the stuff going for him. Again, strong with the passing, but he's also got that flair and technique, so he's going to be able to jink his way past people and then put a decent cross in at the end, hopefully picking out our striker. So really happy with Arino. I think he's going to be a great player. Glenn Samuel, we were lacking horrifically at right back, so we paid no money for this guy. Young right back, very good. Again, decent passing, physical. You know what we're talking about. And we also signed Lewis Hughes, who we had here last season. He's also going to be at right back, and again, very, very solid player. We had him on loan last season, did very, very well, and so being able to get him on a permanent deal is really good. We are stacked down the right side of the defence. On loan, we've got a backup striker in Ezekiel Eflong. Looks a decent enough player. He's going to be back up to Van Rijswijk. So happy to get him in. Physically very good. Maybe lacking a little bit in terms of some of his mental attributes, anticipation being one of those, composure being one of those. So in front of goal, maybe his finishing won't be quite at a 12 level, but we'll see. I'm hoping we can develop him. He's only 19 years old. And last but not least, Robinson Southam, who is another player going to be sitting in that register role or slightly further forward. So we've got a bunch of players now. I think it's 5 or 6 players who can play in that central midfield position. We've got really good strength and depth at the back. Maybe not quite as strong on the wings and up front, but I think we're still looking very, very strong. So we're going to be playing our first game of the season today, which is against Huddersfield. So the one problem we have is that Leo is out injured. So what we're going to be doing is this. We're going to be playing Van Rijswijk up top. Arino's on the left side, Matheson on the right. Then Allen and Land in the centre with Southam just behind. Not sure whether we play Southam or let's go with Hodgkiss initially. And backline are Peters, Gardner, D and Hughes. With McCall in goal. Gardner should just be on defence there. So I don't know. We haven't conceded a goal in pre-season. It all looks very, very positive. Not quite sure what to expect. We're having the same tactical approach, tiki-taka approach. Doesn't create an awful lot of chances, but doesn't give up an awful lot of chances. And we seemed over the last season to be doing a little bit better in front of goal than others were doing in front of our goal. So let's see how we get on in this first game. We are predicted to finish 15th, so despite our cracking season, we're still not really thought of as a top team in this division, but we'll see what we can do here. Well, Hodgkiss picks it up nicely, and that's exactly why I want him in that role. And here's Matheson, running incredibly slowly. Hughes, and into Matheson. He's got a bit of time here. He's going to pick someone out. Just takes his time. It's Land. Hodgkiss. Oh my. That would have been a really nice start to things. Really great chance there. Right. Out. Well, it's just Areno just runs past him and just collects it off him. Nicely done. Here's Van Rijswijk, who's already looking very strong and composed in the centre of the pitch. Lands is going to play the ball through. Matheson hits in. Matheson, is that going to be allowed? He might have strayed offside there. Did he? It's an offside. I thought he might have done. Just ran a little bit through, but again, really well played. Great chance put together. That looks good. I mean, remember, we've got Leo to come back into this side, who will give us so much more down that right side than we're getting already. Beautiful ball. No, it's actually a terrible ball. Templeman eventually collects it. And they're trying to play it out from the back. We're pressing them. That's what we need to do. Arlingstall just dumps it up the pitch. And Hodgkiss, nice little click out to the left back there with the side of his foot. Reno, pass through Van Rijswijk, and it's in. And that, my friends, has been coming. We have looked irresistible in this first half. Really nicely done. Peters, we missed that little pass earlier on into Hodgkiss, and Reno just round the corner, and Van Rijswijk gets there to open our account this season. But we look great. So 1-0 at half time. This is very much what we do. We have given up so far no chances. Our possession is not quite what I might expect it to be, but we are being much more effective with the possession that we're getting. But here we go again, down the left side this time. Peters, Van Rijswijk loses the header. Peters, lovely bit of play. Van Rijswijk on his chest. That was nice. I thought he was just going to pop that down and whack it into the back of the net. Hodgkiss waiting for the ball. Big mistake. And it's in. It's in. Oh no. Couple of mistakes there. They've had nothing all game. Starbucks. And, oh dear me. D just stuttering little run. And in it goes. Oh, that's frustrating because that has not been deserved. They've had nothing going forward. And they've collected the ball off Peters again, is that? And gone forward with that. D does well. And here's Hughes. He's trying to make up for a missed interception there that led to that goal. Matheson down the right side into Hughes. Can he find a pass? Effective pass. He does the right thing though. Into Matheson. Oh my. If that was Leo, that was a goal. Into D. He made him fall over. I love it. Hodgkiss. Alan. This is good forward thinking play. Looking for the through ball. Can't get it. So still going forward. It's in. The goalkeeper hits it straight onto Van Rijswijk's head, and it's a goal. 58 minutes gone, and we're back 2-1 ahead. But wow, that was a lucky one. Van Rijswijk, right place, right time. I think we might think about taking Matheson off. We've got a youngster on the bench we might have a look at. But oh wow, Van Rijswijk, he just thought about that, didn't he? Right, we've got a youngster who has come on out on the right side. It is Durant, who there's a lot of teams coming in for him. Oh, a little bit of that was not great. But there's a lot of teams sort of looking at him as a loan option. We'll just have a look at him ourselves as Huddersfield smack that over the bar. Kohan Durant, physically he is very, very strong. Still got a lot of work to do technically, but he's only 20-year-old. He's a Guyanese from Guyana. And he had a very good loan spell out in Morecambe a couple of seasons ago and didn't play hardly at all last season. So he's got a chance today. Can he make the most of it? Well, we bought on Harris and Southam to replace a tiring... oh, that's awful. Awful. I was a tiring right back, but clearly not tiring enough. Oh, and we've just given that away. 2-2. Very, very disappointing. This is not... We've given away 2 glorious opportunities and nothing else. So I think there's a lot of real positives in that game. We perhaps should have done better. I think with Leo on the right side, we become even more effective. But I guess across the back line, we just need to find our way there and get this back line performing well. They didn't do as well as I would hope, in all honesty. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this new team, this new setup. Well, it's not a new setup. This new team in an old setup. And let me know whether I should be tweaking it a little bit to accommodate some of these new players' strengths. Who's going to be the key man out of this out of this group? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, frustrating opening to that, but it's absolutely fine. We haven't lost, we didn't lose. We've got a game against Wrexham coming up, so that'll be an opportunity to pick up a victory. I'm not sure what division they're in at the minute. League One. And we'll come back maybe for the game against Burnley. That looks an interesting one. Or maybe we'll go a bit further out, perhaps against Cardiff or Villa. And we'll see how the start of the season goes. Really, really excited about the possibilities of this team. I think some of the players that we brought in are really good. I'm still up in the air about some of these players. I think the replacement for Chavez in the centre of midfield, I don't think either of those is a perfect replacement. But I think both are good. So maybe they'll grow into that position. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you for the next one. Goodbye.